Wes, at a time where the world, we're looking at all these different issues going on, Iran has been taking some dangerous steps when it comes to their nuclear program.
Yeah, they actually, the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, has now officially confirmed that Iran is going to enrich in uranium up to 60% level. We think they've already been doing that, but they have two different facilities, one at Natanz, one at Fordow. And what they're doing now, which is unusual, they've been enriching at 60% for a long time at Natanz, which is buried underground, but still, it's vulnerable to our bunker busting bombs, as they call them. But Fordow is in a mountain. And so the IAEA says they are now enriching at higher levels there. And that particular nuclear facility is almost impenetrable. It's 260 feet underground. And of course, the real fear for experts around the world, and should be for all of us too, as far as Iran getting a nuclear weapon, is that at 60% level, they are so close to the 90% level, which is weapons grade enriched uranium, that they say that the breakout time, the time to go from where they are now to actually possessing one nuclear bomb, has gone from months to now probably a matter of days. So this threat is real. The IAEA issued a warning to them. Iran, of course, is not heeding that warning. They've been violating the JCPOA, the so-called Iran nuclear deal, for a couple of years. And the Biden administration wasted valuable time trying to negotiate with them to re-enter the agreement, and actually lifted some of the sanctions on Iran, which was the one thing that was really holding them back as far as their weapons development.
It's hard. We got a statement from John Kirby, who's now at the National Security Council, the White House, saying there's no diplomacy right now underway with respect to the Iran deal, that we're in impasse, and we're not focused on that. So, I mean, some of that's the protesting going on there, the human rights abuses. Yeah. But we saw, just to put it in perspective, Iran was supposed to cap their enrichment 3.6%.
Yes.
At that point, you can have a energy program that's peaceful. So there's no purpose to go to 60% unless you're just trying to threaten the world.
Absolutely.
To say we might go that next step.
All commercial production of electricity, for example, that 3.76% was perfectly, able to do that. You do not need 60%. There is no use for a 60% level except as a stepping stone to get to weapons grade enrichment at 90%. Meanwhile, Jordan, what do we do at this point? Israel has vowed that they will not allow this to happen. The Biden administration has vowed the same thing, although I'm not sure that the administration is as resolute as Israel is. But at this point, with the Fordow facility 260 feet inside of a mountain, probably the best bet would be either sabotage or a cyber attack. Experts that talk about this say that if you try an air attack, it is very complicated. You have the issue of overflight permissions over various countries. If you go around those countries, the U.S. would have to provide the refueling tankers for Israel's aircraft. It would take, they say, even if it worked, multiple strikes on the mountain with these bunker-busting bombs, because you'd have to hollow it out one strike at a time, multiple strikes, which means you run the risk of our pilots getting shot down and captured in Iran. I mean, it's a real complicated issue.
The new Top Gun movie. Yeah, like that's basically what, like the way that they had to take out that. And again, I mean, I don't want to give it away, but this nuclear site, this undisclosed enemy country in a mountain, it took multiple, perfect, precise weapons to go through to basically be able to get through the how deep it is. So again, high risk.
Yes.
So we might see though more. I would imagine, and again, we don't know about it, but more of these the kind of cyber attacks on Iran.
Right. I think Israel really is serious about saying they will not allow it to happen. Their intelligence agency is better than anyone else's in the world. I'm sure they're looking at it. And again, as you just said, probably a cyber attack or even sabotage might be the preferred way to go. Iran is a dangerous country. They're oppressive. They have vowed to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. They also see us as the great Satan. Israel as the little Satan. This is a serious issue because unless something really happens, and we don't know all that's going on behind the scenes, both with our government, our military, and Israel's, but unless something changes, it is likely that in the very near future, Iran will be a country with a nuclear weapon, and they already have the ballistic missiles that they are perfecting in order to carry that weapon.
That changes everything in the Middle East. I mean, you'd have an arms race in the Middle East, and the Gulf states, countries that would want nuclear weapons to protect themselves. And again, you've got a government there who has a religious ideology to bring about the end times through a major action. And so it is, again, not a trustworthy nation to have that kind of power either, based off just their rhetoric. It would be so dangerous for the world.